Cinema Classics is brought to you by the Gateway Film Center, 1550 North High Street, Columbus, Ohio. Further details and showtimes online at gatewayfilmcenter.org.
The award-winning Cinema Classics is produced by John DeSando and Johnny DiLoretto. Listen to the shows and read reviews online at WCBE.org.
I'm John DeSando.
I'm Jordan Hanhilammi.
And this is Cinema Classics. And Jordan, he's from Lebanon, Ohio. Can you believe that?
That's pretty awesome. Yeah, that's pretty great.
And he has, I think, about 5 movies this year.
He has...
This is... Who are we talking about?
We're talking about Woody Harrelson,
right.
Who keeps talking about taking a break and just keeps making movies. Yeah, so I heard a recent podcast, or I guess play from you and Johnny talking about summer movies.
Yes.
And Woody Harrelson has a role, a fun little role coming out in the new Planet of the Apes movie.
Yeah.
Which I'm really excited about.
Has he been in before?
I believe he was in some of the second one.
Yeah.
And then I think is more intensely played in this one.
Yeah. And then he has, I have no idea, the Glass Castle, 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri, and then a Han Solo untitled one.
Yeah, well, and he just did an incredibly ambitious project a couple months ago, this Lost in London. Did you hear about that? It broadcast live.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, it was about an hour and a half long, or a little over an hour and a half long, and they shot all one shot, 14 locations, and
didn't he get arrested or something like that?
Oh, I don't know. That's funny. I hadn't heard about that.
Yeah, so it's somebody else.
Oh, yeah. Well, it was based on that's what the story he wrote and directed. It's based on him getting arrested years ago in London, and so he based the story on that. But yeah, shot it like they played it live in theaters.
And one that he's already completed, Shock and Awe.
Yeah,
is back around George W. Bush time, in which they suspect that there aren't weapons of mass destruction. And he's a reporter or something like that. But doesn't that sound interesting?
It does, and it's an exciting thing with him is he's not really he's not afraid to play any different character, but he doesn't feel like he tries to get out of his lane too much.
I'll tell you though, this year again another film. That's why I say I've got at least 5-6 films this year. Is Wilson. Yeah. Did you see him in Wilson?
I didn't. I'm excited too.
Yeah, all right.
I mean, any movie poster of a guy standing in front of a urinal is like,
I tell you, it doesn't work as well for me as his other films.
Yeah. I remember you talking about
as a curmudgeon, I'm not sure it comes off in a film, nor can he carry it off completely in a film.
I thought the perfect line for him to walk as far as that goes was Edge of 17.
Oh, wasn't
where
it
it's sweet? He's kind of that older wise guy, but
he's a teacher, right?
Yeah, but he's still, there's still like that heart, and like he's still funny and witty and stuff like that, but still
very low key.
Yeah.
I think the young student comes in for advice from him. He's just surly and curt.
Yeah.
But underneath, and that's where I think his brilliance as an actor, underneath, there's an element of humanity, humor, sarcasm, irony.
Yep.
Underneath what looks like just an ordinary guy.
Right. Well, and he, for him, because of how he's, so he started out with Cheers, was his big break, obviously, and it took him years. He's talked about how it took, 5-6 years for him to get a solid movie role because of he was so typecast as Woody Boyd.
Yeah.
So then White Men Can't Jump came along, and everything blew up from there. So
I met him in Hollywood with Wesley Snipes.
Oh, really? Oh, man.
I couldn't, of course. He was about my height. I couldn't. I says, I made some smart aleck remark to the two of them, even about this show. I don't know what it was. But you can be assured it wasn't very bright. But anyway, they had walked in the same party that they had walked in with Stallone.
Okay.
And that was the time. That must have been, I don't know, 20 years ago, 10, at least when they were in their prime.
I wonder if it was, because the third of their Snipes Harrelson trilogy was right around then, Money Train. And so that was probably right around when Snipes worked with Stallone. So, yeah, that's fun. That's cool.
Yeah, did we mention he's recurring in The Hunger Games?
Oh no, we hadn't talked about that. Yeah, that's I feel like a fun. I guess that's almost kind of curmudgeon-y.
Yes,
that's
right.
Like definitely playing a little.
Yeah,
bit of
that's right. Yeah.
Tortured.
Yeah. You know, when you say we have some, I think 90 credits,
Mm-hmm.
so the guy has probably a sizable bank account
Yeah.
and is capable of doing anything he wants, but he
Yeah.
continues to get jobs.
Right.
Wow. I really liked what he tried in The Messenger.
Yeah.
A more serious
Mhm.
piece. I'm not sure it was as well received as I liked.
No, but I did hear him talk some about how important that film was for him in understanding the military and the importance of military. Like he really became a much more understanding and supportive person as far as that goes. That was an important movie for him.
He played the officer, one of two, who had to approach families who had lost someone.
Yeah.
The coming up the street,
Right.
coming up to your door kind of motif. I don't know how you get out of that.
Yeah.
I mean, what a grim sight to see
Yeah.
these uniformed officers coming to your door.
Right.
The most famous film he was ever in, I think, the most famous film he was ever in, and I can barely remember his role, No Country for Old Men.
Yeah.
Was that a small role?
Very small.
Okay.
Very small, but an important. That's an important segment of that film,
Right.
And but yeah, very very small role, but got to dress very well for it. So rocking the cowboy hat and everything. Yeah.
But I would say, Jordan, there's another role he played that was more famous in a way because he played the titular character, and this would be Larry Flint.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. It's crazy to me. It was something crazy to me about that movie is that he goes all out in that performance. And Larry Flint is larger than life, character, and still Courtney Love steals the show.
That's right.
It's really impressive.
Isn't that
was
true?
like crazy that happened.
And as I was going through his filmography, you're quite right. I looked at it and said, "Oh yeah, Larry Flint. That's really big."
Right. Well, and Natural Born Killers.
Good
that
one.
was a big one for him to transition. He's also talked about how that movie really took him to a dark place that he doesn't want to go to anymore. But I would be, I think, remiss and probably punished by my lovely fiance Charlie if I didn't mention Zombieland.
Oh, I love
Zombieland!
So Great choice.
And really turned that genre kind of on its head. At the time, I think was a really fun,
filled with
change.
good humor.
Yeah. Well, perhaps the greatest cameo of all time, Bill Murray in that film. That might be I don't know if there's a better cameo in the history of movies.
You're great. Well, and of course, I think part of his charm, Woody's charm, is that he is a bad boy, and I think he characterizes himself as a bad boy.
Yeah.
Not that being perhaps one of the most visible celebrities supporting legalizing marijuana.
Yeah.
Which is no surprise.
Right. Well, and it's the cool thing with him too that I think shows the depth of him is he, it's not just everybody knows these crazy stories of playing bongos and all that kind of stuff,
Yes.
but he makes a distinction with hemp, and it's not just about like partying. Like there are elements that are really important to him. He's a very strict vegan. That's a big part of his life and stuff like that. But he self-admittedly is like a fun. He likes to party. So he just seems like, and you just hear little stories here and there, but he just seems like a cool dude. Like
he's the lead singer in a band.
Yeah. And when he hangs out with Willie Nelson like regularly, like you can't be in Willie's circle and be, anything less than.
All right, we're rhapsodizing about a second level actor here.
Yeah.
Woody Harrelson, and I wonder how could we end a show on a guy who's all over the map? I don't know how to characterize him.
Yeah.
What would you say if you were to say, who is this Woody Harrelson?
I think that in the end, he's had an amazing career and he's done a lot of great things. But the joy, that pure joy of Woody Boyd, like it just shone through. I think through everything that he's done, and I think that's still the joy that he brings to people. People just smile when they see him. He is an actor that you smile when you see, and so that's fun. So I don't know. What do you think?
I think you've said it.
Yeah.